Scorpio, this is going to be your love and relationship reading and then your career and money reading afterwards. I'm going to do a 6-card spread for you, and I'm going to try to read this for Scorpios that are single and Scorpios that are also in relationships or just began ones. I hope you guys are well. Happy birthday if you happen to have a birthday at the end of October. And so this is for October 2018. For Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, in Scorpio's best, highest good, along with whatever you guys most need to hear about concerning love and relationships. Fall is my favorite season, so I feel kind of happy today. It's a beautiful day out today with fall leaves everywhere, and it's that nice blend of warm and cool all at the same time. It's nice. Let's see what's going on with you guys' love lives for October 2018. And obviously this is a reading that's for the Scorpio collective, so this isn't going to apply for everyone. Take what applies or resonates and discard the rest. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pick your 6 cards and then I'll show them to you. He just keeps on coming up for everyone. So strange. Makes me wonder what's going on. I guess perhaps I'll have to check in on all of this at the end of the month and see how it's played out. It makes me wonder what Aquarians are up to this month. Okay, I'm going to show you your 6 cards and then I'm going to start picking clarifiers for you. Your first card is Strength. Your second card is the King of Swords. He's been coming up for everyone so far this month. Seems like it's a really big month for assessing or looking at things logically or objectively, or making major decisions, or communication. Okay, your third card is the Two of Swords. Your fourth card is the Fool. Your fifth card is the Two of Pentacles. And your sixth final card is the Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna probably have to pick quite a few clarifiers for this just to help me narrow it down and figure out what's going on here. So just be patient with me and then I'll get started. If you see smoke, that's sage burning behind the computer, just so you know. Okay, sorry about that. Just trying to make sense out of this. It seems kind of complicated. Hopefully this applies for you. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to say, I guess. Check out your general reading for October on my channel and see if that makes more sense. Okay. The only thing I didn't have to pick clarifiers for is your recent past, because it seems pretty simple. So your recent past with love and romance, relationships, seems as though you've gotten really clear about what you want, or you're very strong in balancing yourself, wanting a balanced relationship that's strong, where you can truly be yourself. Being strong about what you want, what you will want, what you will experience or what you won't experience. You're very clear on what you're looking for and what you want. And also, you've been very brave and strong about possibly starting a completely new path in your life concerning relationships. This could be a new type of relationship or a new kind of relationship. This could be a new kind of relating that you want, that has more to do with uplifting each other and being acknowledged for all of your wonderful qualities, to be strong in what your boundaries are and what you want. It seems to me as though you really want someone who can empower you, and someone that you can get creative with, that you can get active with, that you can get motivated with, and also someone who respects you. You can respect them and honor them. Someone who is flexible yet firm. Someone who's loyal. You want loyalty and honesty and strength in a relationship. If you have been in a relationship, this says that you have a strong relationship. There's a deep bond there. There's a lot of loyalty there. You feel very strongly about this person. There's a lot of mutual encouragement and mutual admiration. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. There's a lot of admiration in here, a lot of being honored for who you are, and honoring, looking up to the other person, having admiration for the other person. If you've been in a long-standing relationship, it looks like you have initiated some kind of a new beginning in it, whether you guys are thinking about what you would like to experience in the future, where you would like to go, what you would like to manifest together. Just if you have struggled with faith in a relationship or faith in a person or trust, it looks as though there is renewed faith and trust in the relationship, where you feel like you're going someplace together. And if you've been single, you are fully ready to invite this into your life now. You feel as though you've wrapped up a lot of things from the past, and you are ready to move forward and begin something new. Trust is a big thing here. So currently, it looks as though you're trying to make up your mind, or you're trying to figure out logistics on how this is possible. Maybe the person that you're interested in or in a relationship with lives someplace else, or you live far apart from each other, and you're thinking of how can this be worked out where you can be closer literally to each other, or possibly deciding whether or not you should move in with this person or relocate, or whether or not they should relocate to where you are. It could be that you're thinking of switching not just locations, but also jobs or careers or goals in life. You're thinking about your goals in life. Perhaps your goals have changed, or you're thinking of doing something different with your life now. It definitely has to do with logistics of how this is materially possible, or whether or not you have mutual goals in common, or whether you're just too different from each other in how you look at things. I feel as though for somebody watching, or a group of you, there's a lot of passion and loyalty involved, but this person almost seems a little too cool-headed, or a little too rational or too logical. And so you're wondering if they would be able to really meet you on an emotional level. I'm not seeing any cups in here at all. And you guys are a water sign. You do need a certain amount of sensitivity, intuition, and depth in a relationship where you feel understood on an emotional level as well as a mental or a passionate physical level. It may be that even though you feel strongly about this person and you want to begin something new with them, you're wondering on whether or not it's actually really feasible on a long-term basis, because they seem almost a little too mental, or a little too not sensitive, or not empathic or emotional enough to be able to handle you, or to be able to handle your emotions correctly. They may sometimes be the kind of person who says, why are you overreacting? Or why are you being so upset about this? Or why are you being so emotional? And let's face it, emotions are a big part of who you are. And so I can see how you may be feeling torn about this, on whether or not this is actually workable. If you feel as though certain parts of your needs are met, but other parts of your needs are not necessarily met all the way. So let's look at the clarifiers and get a different perspective on this. You have a million clarifiers. So 1 is the Emperor. The next one is Temperance. And the final last one is the 7 of Swords, which is confusing me. I'm not really sure why perhaps you haven't really spoken about this, about the fact that you're wondering if this person can actually really understand you on a deep level. You may be holding these doubts to yourself. You may feel as though this person, if you are in a relationship, is a little too, what's the word? I guess in Harry Potter they would say a muggle, or somebody who is non-magical, or doesn't see very much beyond the material plane or the logical plane. This could be somebody who deals with facts, figures, things as they are, looks at things face value. As we all know, you guys look at things very in depth and get down to the very root of things. You don't always deal just with the surface of things. And so you may be feeling a little bit limited, like you're not really able to be completely yourself in this relationship, if you're in one. And so you have been trying really hard to blend any differences you may have with this person. You have been trying really hard to stay positive, blend any differences you may have, any contradictory feelings you may have. You've been trying to blend them and make sense out of them and stay calm and positive about this. You do, on some level, feel as though this relationship is extremely important or meaningful for you, and so you are reluctant to just make any major decisions just yet. You want to see kind of what happens, or if things can adapt or change over time. I am getting that there is a great deal of truth in this, where the person has been pretty upfront with you as far as who they are, what they want, where they're coming from. But it may just be that you're trying to blend things and think about whether or not this is doable, or just trying to stay calm. I am getting, however, that there are some things, perhaps some doubts or some things that you've noticed, maybe some warning bells, or something close to warning bells, or just warnings of, oh, I don't know if this is really doable on a long-term basis, because you guys seem very different from one another. And so you may have been keeping these doubts or these thoughts to yourself for now, until you really figure out how you actually really feel about this, or what you want to do about this in the future. This is the clarifier for the King of Swords. This person is genuine. This person is honest. This person is very grounded and stable and put together. There is a good chance for this relationship to grow and continue to grow in a good way. It's just you may feel as though your emotional needs are not completely being met here, which is why you're having some doubts. If you haven't been in a relationship and you're single and you're not dealing with a relationship, you may possibly be coming out of a relationship that was like this, or you're afraid of this happening again if you have been in relationships in the past where you feel as though it was solid, it was good, but your emotional needs were not being met for a certain amount of passion or understanding that you need. And so you're really thinking over, okay, what is it exactly that I need? You may need different things. You may have different parts of yourselves that are contradictory to one another or seem contradictory as far as what you want. Maybe your mind is split where you're thinking you have to have one or the other instead of both. In other words, presently, if you're single, you need to get really clear about what you want and realize that these things are possible. Obviously, we're all human beings and no one is perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect relationship. But you can have what you need. You just have to maybe write some lists or talk with a friend who can help you narrow it down to some concise words of what exactly is it that you want. You may have become possibly a little bit skeptical yourself concerning relationships, maybe because of past things that have happened where you're afraid of just leaping into something or trusting something right off the bat because you want the person to kind of prove to you that they're trustworthy or that you can count on them. Be careful with this. It's important to be clear about what you want. And it's important to take your time and really get to know someone so you can make sure you know exactly who you're dealing with. But at the same time, you don't want to approach potential partners with a critical eye where they feel as though they're being scrutinized. You may have been through some things that have made you skeptical about things, and so you may need to get back in touch with your inner child again, or get back in touch with trust or faith. You may receive some kind of a message that will help you make a decision. So in the future, hopefully this is making sense, you guys. In the future, somebody else got this combination. Who was it? This exact combination too. Except it was with the Two of Swords on the bottom. Who was that? That might be somebody who's important to you. I'm trying to think. Was it Gemini? I don't know. I can't remember. It was one of the early ones, like Gemini or Cancer or something. Maybe it was Aries. I can't remember. One of those first three, though. In the future, you want truth. You need to find out some truths. Maybe there were some truths that you were blind to, or that you kind of glossed over in favor of the better qualities of this person or the better qualities of the situation. But in the future, I do, maybe that's one of the reasons on why you're scrutinizing things now, presently, is there's something that you sense that's maybe a little off, or some things about this person or the situation that you need to find out more about. Or it could just be that you're having a hard time deciding whether or not you should just explore further and not commit yourself just yet. See what else is out there that might be able to fulfill your needs better or more of your needs. It could be the other person is being this way, where they're seeming uncommittal all of a sudden in the near future, where you're not really sure if you can really count on this person. Let's look at the clarifiers and see. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. Was that what was really there? Yeah. Okay. Your clarifiers are the Six of Cups, Justice, and the Four of Swords. And then as a remedy or a basic overview of all of this on something that you can actually focus on, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm getting two different things here. I'm getting that two things here. I'm getting either that you are meeting a soulmate in the near future. That's definitely one possibility here that I'm definitely getting, is that you may meet someone who feels as though you have known them for a million years and they seem very familiar to you because they're a soulmate of some kind. This could also be a relationship from the past that is still affecting you and affecting your near future. Maybe there are some lingering things about this old relationship that you need to let go of so that you can fully move forward. That may be one of the reasons on why you're having a hard time figuring out if this person is being honest or if it's in your own head, possibly from a past relationship where the person was not honest with you or you were lied to or deceived in some way, and so this is making you paranoid. This is making you paranoid that this is happening again. It may not be happening. You may just think that it may possibly be happening based off of a past relationship you once had. But this can also be a soulmate coming in. So let's look at the other clarifiers. Justice. You want fairness. You want honesty. You want direct communication. You want someone that you can count on to do what they say or mean what they say. You want the power in the relationship to be equal. You don't want someone to try to overpower you or control you in any way, and you certainly don't want to do this to another person. You want a balanced relationship that is fair and just. And you want proper communication where there's honesty and a willingness to work things out or come up with solutions to any problems you may have. It could be that you have been in a relationship where things have not been fair or there's been an imbalance of power. If that's the case, you may be thinking of leaving this relationship and seeking elsewhere for what you truly need for yourself. That's one possibility here, you guys. I'm not saying that that's definitely the case. Another possibility is that if you are determined to keep a relationship that you're in, something needs to shift about the power between the two of you where the power is equalized. Part of this may be that one of you or both of you have been doing too much, just in general, or upkeeping too much, and so one of you needs more rest. It could just be that one of you, your nerves is shot out of just doing too much in general, and you need to have some kind of a break. You may need to take a break from this person for a little bit in order to get clarity or just to rest enough to make more sense out of things, or to be able to discern which things are coming from you and which things are actually happening. Or this person needs a break. But if you have been single and you're not dealing with someone or in a relationship, I'm definitely feeling that you have had this part of you that is overly skeptical or doubtful of whether or not you can truly find what you want. which is, I'm getting in here, a strong need for trust and honesty. And also mutual freedom, not freedom in the relationship as in seeing other people, but just freedom to be who you are, to have your own things going on, and to not feel smothered or stuck in any way in a relationship where you're not able to be yourself. And it's important for you to have this go both ways too. And so you're doing a lot of deep inner work. If you can get through this deep inner work and work out these things inside of yourself in the near future, I most definitely see you as drawing in a soulmate love with someone where you are on the same page. You've been through similar situations in the past. The two of you are very much alike or on a similar wavelength. So you easily understand one another and understand each other's needs and are able to fulfill emotional needs. Here's your cups that you've been needing in this reading. This is the only cups card in here. What I am getting is that some part of you may be non-committal in either past relationships or present relationships because on some deep level you know that it's not really feeding you. If you can get through your inner work that you need to do, you are going to be drawing this in the future. A feeling of mutual emotional support, familiarity, is that how you say it? Being familiar to one another and also having love, deep emotional feelings and romance. A feeling of you finally found each other. You may find this person through mutual friends or through an old location that you used to live at, or something about the synchronicity in here ties in with the past. Maybe you've lived in the same locations as one another without ever knowing each other, or you have mutual friends without ever having met each other, or something about your past is linked somehow. And once you find this person, if you can trust and get through these old blockages that are mostly what I'm getting in your, how is this logically possible, and also old feelings that are stuck in your head or old thought patterns about relationships. You will have a relationship that's equal in power, mutually fair and respectful, which is wonderful. And you would be able to discuss any issues you have in a calm way and come up with solutions together. If you feel as though you have been betrayed in the past or things haven't been fair, I see things as being fair in the future with future relationships if you can get through this inner work. And you also need to rest your mind. You may need to take a little bit of a break. But your overview for all of this is the Queen of Pentacles, which says you can have what you wish. You can have it all. You could have the communication, the fairness, the equality of power. You can have the groundedness and the prosperity and the stability. And you can also have the passion and the mutual respect for each other's freedom and wanting to explore, wanting to have adventures, being with an adventurous spirit, or someone who wants to learn and grow and evolve with you. If you've been in a long-standing relationship and it's not ending anytime soon, I see things as getting a lot better in the future with equality, fairness, and working things out. It's just you need to say something. You may have been holding on to these thoughts that you have without saying anything, out of possibly a fear of rocking the boat or causing issues or starting fights or just making the other person feel insecure. But if you can get through this indecision you're experiencing or this feeling of being trapped in your own head, and if you just simply speak up and are truthful about where you're at and how you feel, I do see how a lot of you may be in relationships where it can be worked out It can be worked out, and you can come up with a new way of relating or communicating with each other where both of your needs are met, or at least where you're both trying to meet each other's needs. It may be that you guys just need a break. You may need to either take a small break away from each other or take a small break with each other, as in go on vacation, take some time off work, get more sleep, take a break, relax your mind. So hopefully that helped or made sense in some way. As far as signs go, I'm getting signs that are all over the place. I am getting an emphasis on Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, okay, hopefully that helped. I'll see you in a moment for your career reading. Hello again. This is going to be another 6-card spread for your career situation, job situation, money situation, and your goals. And hopefully it will not be as complicated as your love lives this time around. I don't know what's going on with you for October. I guess you're just really thinking hard about relationships and what you want and don't want. Okay. This is for Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon for job, career, money, goals, and Scorpio's best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about for October 2018. Okay, here we go. Sorry, you guys, you're on a table that's kind of wobbly. And again, if these are too specific for you, make sure that you check out your general reading too for October on my channel. That should be coming out in the next couple of days. And also, before, I was adding health at the end of these as another option. And last month I asked for feedback on whether or not you guys wanted those, and for now I haven't gotten any feedback, so I'm not including health in this one. But if there does even happen to be one Scorpio that would like health readings as part of this, say something, whether it's by emailing me or by commenting on the actual videos to let me know. Even if it's one person that wants to hear about health, that is enough motivation for me to put it in here. And by the way, my email is in the About section on my channel, and that goes as well if anyone wants any private readings with me too. So. Ooh. Okay. Here's your 6 cards, and then I'm definitely going to be picking a few clarifiers. Your first one is the Hanged Man. Your second one is the 5 of Cups. Your third one is Justice. It seems as though you're really trying hard to make sure that things are fair, or you need things to be fair right now. We are in Libra season. Justice is a Libra major arcana card. So, and your fourth one, the 2 of Cups. Your fifth one, the Tower. And your final 6th card is Strength. You have Strength and Justice both coming up so far for October, just in general. Okay, I'm going to pick a few clarifiers and then I'll get started. Okay. Ooh, very nice. Okay. Okay. In your recent past, with jobs, goals, money, career, it looks as though you had to take some time out from work for a little bit in order to possibly cultivate a little bit more love and attention in your existing relationships. Maybe you were working too much, or you were realizing work was interfering with the other things in your life, as in friendships, alliances, deep connections with people, romantic relationships. You wanted less of a focus on your career or money or job, or you may have needed to take a break in order to get back in touch with what you actually truly want for a job or a career or as a money situation. It may even be that your job or money situation was kept on hold temporarily in order for you to get back in touch with what you actually really dream of for yourself. And what I'm getting is that you dream of having more harmony. Maybe there's been some arguments or lack of cooperation with other people at your job or with even business partnerships too. Or perhaps you have a business partner or perhaps you run a business with your significant other. That's another way of looking at this. It may be that you needed to put things on hold for a little bit with the career aspect of your relationship because you were realizing it was possibly interfering with the romance or the emotional connection in your relationship. That aside, that's just one specific thing I'm seeing in here. You want more harmony. You want to not only enjoy what you do, but you want to have a good relationship with the people that you work with, or you need to find a business partner to combine forces with in order to bring this thing into being even more fully. Or you have definitely had to develop more with things like interpersonal skills, PR skills, coming off as someone that someone would want to work with. I don't know if that makes any sense on how I just said that, but working on your charm, in other words, wanting to be more relatable to other people. Maybe something about how you were relating to people was holding up the flow of money or the flow of harmony in the workplace or with whatever it is that you do. You definitely want to come off as being somebody that people can easily talk to or relate to. So that's one thing going on in your recent past. Another thing that I am seeing in here, which might make sense for a few of you concerning your romantic situation that we just left, is that you may actually have a crush on someone that you work with, or you may have fallen in love with someone that is somehow in your work, around your work, or that you work with. And that has temporarily put your being on hold. It's making you mull over a whole lot of things. If you're in an existing relationship, obviously this throws things for a loop. this is making you feel either stuck or just you can't move forward until you figure this out. That's one option, you guys. I'm not saying that that's true for all of you. Here are your clarifiers for those two. Very big deals. These are both major arcana cards. So it's important, it has been important for you to blend extremes at work in order for to have your goals or your money situation move forward. In order for the business to grow, expand, and continue to flow, you have needed to possibly have a readjustment in how you are handling things, how you are coming across to other people, or just how you handled any possible difficult situations, especially involving relating with other people. And as long as you have worked on this, which I see you have, and you, well, yeah, you tried anyway, that significantly bettered the situation, or the situation got better, in other words. So, or there's some kind of fated thing that happens, that has happened at work, that has made you have to chill out, so to speak, for a little bit in order to get a handle on things. So, presently, this is very odd to me. I'm hoping that this will make sense to you. At work, there may have been emotional losses or even losses of money, or something is not fulfilling you emotionally at work the way that it used to. There may have been some setbacks or some things that have happened that have significantly made you unhappy. And if the old, okay, I'm going to show you the clarifiers, and I may even just read it with them on the table, you guys, because there's a lot. I have to kind of look at them all together. Your first clarifier is the Six of Cups. Your second one is the Ace of Pentacles. Your third one is the Eight of Pentacles. I promise you this is going to end. This is the final clarifier. You have the Three of Wands. Very good. This is your saving grace through this whole present period. So, what I'm getting is that your old way of doing this job or career or way of doing it is no longer working. You need to bring in a fresh new perspective, a fresh new way of doing things, a fresh new system, a fresh new format. I don't know how else to put that. And that will significantly bring you forward and expand your business and bring you to better horizons in the future with this. But it is going to take some patient work on testing things, trying things out, practicing new ways, coming up with new ways, tinkering. In other words, you need to tinker around with how you're doing things and come up with a new format or a new way of doing this by experimenting. You don't have to be perfect right off the bat. You don't have to come up with the perfect solution right away. This is going to take some maneuvering. This is going to take some experimentation, some tinkering, and some messing around with things to come up with the best possible way that brings the best results. But do this in a patient, slow manner by taking things one step at a time. If you try to fix it all at once or improve it all at once, it can prove to knock the balance off enough to have things temporarily fall apart, or just to become so overwhelmed by what you're trying to do that you lose focus or you lose motivation to do this in the first place. So instead, just experiment with it. Take your time with this and try different methods. Try several different methods. And eventually you'll come across a new format or put together a new format that will meet everyone's needs, meet the needs of the business or of the job or you, along with other people. But something about your old way of doing this is no longer working or is bringing issues or problems. Once you come up with this new format or way of doing things, or a new approach, in other words, that seems more efficient, by the way, than before. Before, it seems as though things were just extremely confused. And so simplification or simplifying things will significantly help, or just lessening the complexities of things, just hitting things pure and simple. You can expect growth, expansion, new energy coming in, good feedback, positive feedback, and growth and instant results. Instant results that show you that this method is the way to go, or this way of doing it is the way to go. It could also be saying that your old career or job is no longer working, and you've been trying to make it work in the past, but it's just not working. You're just not happy, or it just isn't what you wanted. And if that's the case, it's set up for you to either lose this job, get fired, or quit anyway. It's just not working anymore, and it's destined to fall apart. And so you may be tempted to hang on to it just because this is what you're used to and this is what you've done for so long. But you need to get a new job. You need to seek something else that is, because the old way is just not, or the old job is just not working. That's another way of looking at this. If you patiently go about job hunting or getting together your resume or getting together what you need in order to apply for something else or start something else, go about it patiently and with a positive attitude, and try not to get overwhelmed by the whole process. Instead, just focus on things one at a time, or apply to many different jobs all at once. That way you're more likely to find something that suits you out of all of those different choices. Don't box yourself in by focusing in on just one. And you will have success. And if you do find this, once you find this new job, if this is needed for you to have a totally new job, it looks as though it may take you to a different location, or it may involve travel, or it may involve branching out in new ways that you have never experienced before that feel very exciting, and they open up new horizons for you. It opens up new opportunities for you that perhaps you didn't quite expect. And so in your future, you have justice over strength, which I believe in the future, if you start a new way, whether it's a new way or a new job, it looks fair, it looks balanced, it looks like the system or the rules or the laws involved are just and efficient. They work well. And there's mutual respect and also possibly leadership involved, proper communication with other people, proper decision making, and being able to do what you do best and shine your own light in your skills and capabilities. Also being respected for what you do, or being acknowledged for what you do. To have a good balance between gentleness and strength when it comes to leadership or organizing anything, or even being a boss, or even having your own business. And your clarifiers that came out with that combination are wonderful, which is the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician. So by being proactive, by taking proper action and believing in your own abilities, you will be able to come up with a situation where you are prosperous, happy, able to grow, able to evolve, able to bring in more money than before, and where you are respected, where there's mutual respect and strength and capabilities here. You're coming into your power when it comes to what you do. You just needed to renovate some things, either that or completely get rid of your old situation and start a new one. The new situation looks excellent. And not only that, it looks like you will be able to get to a place with prosperity where you can actually have time to relax or have trips or journeys or do the other things that you want to be doing with your life. So that's excellent, you guys. And hopefully that made sense or helped in some way. And I will see you for your general reading for October. Many blessings to you and happy birthday if your birthday is at the end of the month. And happy Halloween. Halloween happens to be my favorite holiday. I don't know about you guys, but fall is my favorite season. I just love this season. I wish you all the best and many blessings to you. I'll see you soon.